Hi, good evening. This is Teacher Seppi. I am now live. It is because I wanted to rationalize all the questions that I posted here. And is that? Wait. Okay, there we go. I wait for a while. I'm just going to share this. I'm going to rationalize all the questions that I posted in this page, Teacher Seppi, and I'll be posting more soon. Wait for a while. I'm just going to share this. Wait. I'm going to rationalize all the questions that I posted in this page. For those test takers who want to be part of my or to enroll in my online let review, you can just like PM me for the details. I just finished rationalizing the Gen Ed Mathematics. And it's composed of it's composed of 9 sections, and each section actually talks about what's this? One kind of topic, general topic in Gen Ed. Like for example, triangles. That's one section, and like areas of triangles and stuff like that. Wait for a while. I was just going to share this. And there is also, what's this? Like quadrilaterals, areas of composite figures and stuff like that. Special right triangles. I also have like that. And what more? Basic algebra, basic ratio and proportion, circles, factors, and stuff like that. Okay, it's done. Okay, so let's start. I have some questions. If you can go over the questions on the page, all the questions that I posted below this video, you can check all those questions. I'll begin to rationalize them because there are a lot of people are really like fighting for the correct answers and stuff like that according to what they believe. And yeah, there we go. So the first question that I posted last like 12 hours, and that's like just this morning, I think so. Okay, so the question is like, what is the sum of 3 consecutive positive even integers? Okay, so for you to have, what's this? The basic knowledge. I'm sorry, I'm just going to erase this. Actually, this question is the prerequisite of what's this? Prerequisite in solving number problems. Okay, so because in algebra we have 9 types of common types of word problems. We have coin problems, we have number problems, age problems, what more, motion problems. We have like price. We have what more? Anyway, there are 9 all in all. Okay, and I also have like uploaded some of some reviewers of what's that? There's 9 types of word problems in my review groups. For those who want to join, you can join for just like 800 pesos. That already includes general education, proof ed, and the majorship. And and that runs like for 3 months of review before the let, September 2018 let. And I have a series of battery tests. I also have like rationalization of those tests that I uploaded. Actually, I just finished rationalizing the Gen Ed Mathematics section. And tomorrow I'll be uploading science, general education science, and yeah, of course, all my reviewers are going to answer those and then rationalize Okay, through videos. Same with this, I rationalize through live session and stuff like that. Okay. Anyway, so let's start with question number 1. We have, what is the sum of the 3 consecutive positive even integers? Okay, so when you're going to represent even integers or integers, okay, so shall we say the integers 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is what we call consecutive integers, right? Okay, so shall we say 1 is x. What would be, with reference to x, what would be the next integer? Okay, so that would be x plus 1, right? Because we just added 1 here, okay? There you go. How about with reference, so this is x and x plus 1 for 2. With reference to x, what is 3? So we have there x plus 2, right? Because if x is 1 plus 2, that is 3, okay? So with reference to x, we also have, until 4, we have x plus 3. Because if x is 1 plus 3, that's 4, right? So when I say consecutive integers, you are going to represent the first integers always as x, and the second one would be x plus 1, third one would be x plus 2, and then x plus 3, and so on. Okay? That's how you're going to represent consecutive integers. Remember the word, the phrase consecutive integers. What if consecutive even integers? Okay, so even integers, even numbers are like 2, 4, 6, 8, blah, 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 right? Okay, so shall we say this is x. With reference to x, how much do we add to make 4? So we have here x plus 2, right? And so with reference to x, how much do we add to make it 6? So we have x plus 4, okay? Same as this one, so we have like x plus 6. Okay, now when I say consecutive even integers, we must represent the first integers as x, second integer as x plus 2, x plus 4, and so on. We just add 2 and 2, 2, 2 like that, okay? So that is consecutive even integers. What if consecutive odd integers? So consecutive odd, like so let's say, this is like 1, 3, 5, these are odd numbers, and so on, like that, okay? Now, if x is 1, so with reference to x, or 1, how much did we add to make it 3? So we have like x plus 2. And then with reference to x to 5, so x plus 4. And then x to 7, we have x plus 6. Okay, so consecutive odd and even integers, you must represent that with x, x plus 2, x plus 4, x plus 6, x plus 8, x plus 9, x plus 10, like that. Okay? So, consecutive integers, just x, x plus 1, x plus 2, and x plus 3, and x plus 4, and x plus 5, like that stuff. Consecutive even integers and consecutive odd integers are just the same, x, x plus 2, x plus 4, x plus 6, and stuff like that, and so on. Okay? So, this is really very basic when you're going to encounter number problem. Okay, so there you go. So in this case, the question is just like, what is the sum of the 3 consecutive positive even integers? Oh, it must be like first 3. I'm sorry. Anyway, so consecutive positive even integers. Positive. These are anyway positive. So the first integer is x, and second integer is x plus 2, and the third integer is x plus 4. So what is the sum? That means plus. So x plus x plus 2 plus x plus 4. How many x's do we have here? We have 3. So there are 3x there. X plus x is 3x. And then plus 2 plus 4, that is 6. So the answer there is letter E. 3x plus 6. Okay? So you must always do like that. So this is actually, these questions are just really very basic. So try to just remember what I have taught in here. Okay? So next question. Now, if you are going to enroll in my online let review, you can still see this stuff. There are a lot of like problems in, like, you know, the variance in how this concept is being applied in word problems. Okay, so there you go. Next question we have there. Next question: The Adventures of Don Quixote, blank the best. Okay. So in this case, although we say, okay, we have there. I'll just write the question. Okay. Um, Although, as you can see in the sentence, although this one is, it looks like the plural, and Don Quixote is the object of the preposition, but this one is actually the whole subject because it talks about the title of the book. Okay? So titles of the book, you must always have like Harry Potter and blah blah blah. All titles of the book usually it takes singular verb. So the choices are like what's that? This is really very tricky because like subject verb agreement is really this is confusing. So the choices A are, B have been, and then C were, and then D is, and E is has. So the answer there is letter D. Okay? So this is a title of the book, and then it takes singular verb. And the only singular verb there is letter D and E. And that's is and has. But you cannot say has there, has the best. It doesn't make sense, right? Okay, so anyway. So the answer there is letter D, which is is. Remember that titles of the book take singular verb. Next one. Oh, please answer this set of questions first. Okay, so this set of questions talk about what's this? The cell parts and functions. Okay, so as you can see, the cell has a lot of organelles, right? But the very basic that was discussed in botany and zoology, we have this, what's this? Very basic, okay? Common, okay? So we have there, what? Which cell feature is responsible for making proteins? Okay, making proteins, making is, the technical term for that is synthesis, okay? So other fun name for this organelle is, we say, the site of protein synthesis, okay? Synthesis means building up of monomers to make polymers, okay? So later on, I'll be going to discuss, actually I discussed that one in macromolecules, the polymers and the monomers, okay? So there, which feature is responsible for making proteins? Making proteins, the choices are lysosomes, ribosomes, and mitochondria. Mitochondria is the site of cellular respiration, or the power. Mitochondria is the site of, what's that? It's the powerhouse of the cell. That's fun, the name of mitochondria. Okay, powerhouse of the cell. That means it is the site of cellular respiration, or the making of that ATP or adenosine triphosphate as a form of energy needed by our body. Okay, there you go. That's mitochondria. Lysosomes, it has digestive enzymes, and these enzymes are actually the function of lysosomes. They are the garbage collectors. This is fondly named. This is how I learned this cell organelles. For me to remember this different kinds and very confusing cell organelles. Lysosomes are garbage collectors. When you say garbage collectors, they're the one who collects those dead organelles and other toxic substances inside the cell. And it has digestive enzymes. Why? Because it actually engulf all those dead things or dead organelles in toxic substances. They engulf it and then digest that and then recycle that by what? After recycling it or digesting that, they're gonna store that one or place that one in the garbage bin, which is the vacuum. Okay, garbage bin. That's fun, the name for vacuum. Okay, so there you go. Next, ribosome, letter B. The answer actually here is ribosomes. Ribosomes is the site of protein synthesis. Remember that. Okay, and we can find ribosomes usually in the graph endoplasmic reticulum. What makes this endoplasmic reticulum graph? It's the presence of ribosomes that are sticking on it. Okay, there you go. Next one, number 2. What is the name of the jelly-like substance that is inside the cell? Jelly-like substance. This is where all the cell organelles are found. Okay, jelly-like substance. If you are going to encounter this kind of question, jelly-like substance and stuff like that, that already calls for cytoplasm. Okay, this is where all the cell organelles are found. Okay, there you go. There's this like ectoplasm, that's the outside environment. And cytokinesis, this is the formation of during cell division, in meiosis and mitosis, the formation of the new, what's that? Cell membrane. Okay, the formation of the new cell membrane, one cell like this, and then when there's like a new cell membrane that is forming, we call it cytokinesis. Okay? There you go. Next, number 3, what cell feature is responsible for powering the cell? This is what I told you earlier, that the powerhouse of the cell is mitochondria. Okay, the answer here is mitochondria. Golgi bodies is the packaging site of the cell. It packs everything that is made by the cell for the delivery or transport. Okay? And endoplasmic reticulum, endoplasmic or ER, actually this is transport. The family name for ER, endoplasmic reticulum, is like transport ER or transporter. Okay, transporter, transport ER. This is really very easy to remember because ER is transporter. This is the function is transporter. Okay, ER is endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, there we go. Next one, number 4, we have here, where in the cell does chromatin DNA found? Of course, it's nucleus, right? It's found in the nucleus. Nucleolus, letter C, is the site of like ribosomal synthesis, okay, or like the production of ribosomes. And of course, ribosomes is the site of protein synthesis. Next one, what are 2 features that plant cell have that animal cell do not? Okay, so this is like cell wall and chloroplast. Chloroplast is the site of proteins photosynthesis. Okay, the site of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process of food making by plants. Okay, that's photosynthesis, a chloroplast. And cell wall, this is made up of cellulose that is really very rigid, that it protects, its function is to protect the plant cell. Okay, there you go. Next one, number 6. What cell feature contains digestive enzymes which breaks things down? This is what I told you, lysosome. This contains digestive enzyme that digest the dead organelles and other toxic substances and then put that in the garbage bin, which is the vacuum. Okay, next one. We have which cell feature packages and moves things around the cell. This is what I told you, packs everything inside the cell, that is Golgi bodies, or other books call it Golgi apparatus. Okay? There we go. Next, number 8. Which cell feature transports ribosome? This is transport. Okay? Transporter. Okay? So this one is endoplasmic reticulum. Okay? So this is really very easy if you know the family names of those cell organelles. Next one. The plant cell structure where photosynthesis takes place is called chloroplast. I told you that earlier. Okay? This is very easy. Chlorophyll is the green pigment. Okay? Actually, it's not just green because other chlorophylls, we have 2 kinds of chlorophyll. We have chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. Chlorophyll A is the green pigment, and chlorophyll B, that is like color orange, red, and yellow. Okay? There are 2 types of chlorophyll. Next one. What cell feature is responsible for storing water? Okay, storage, vacuole is storage, garbage bin, or where everything is being stored. Okay, storage. Remember that family name, storage. That's vacuole. The choices are mitochondria, lysosome, and vacuole. That's vacuole. Next, number 11. What is the main function of the cell wall? Cell wall is protection. Right, I told you that earlier. Cell wall is to protect and provide support for the cell. Okay, that is only in plant cell because animal cells don't have cell wall. Okay. Next one, number 12, which regulates what enters and... Okay, cell membrane is the guard of the cell. When you say guard, they're the one that controls the entrance and exits of macromolecules and stuff like that, okay? So what regulates what enters and leaves the cell and provides protection and support. So that's cell membrane, okay? There you go. Next, number 13, you will not find cell wall in which of these organism? Animal, plants, and fungi. Of course, animal. Animal don't have cell wall, okay? Which organelle would you expect to find in a plant cell but not in animal cell? Mitochondria, ribosome, and chloroplast. Of course, chloroplast in plant but not in animal. Chloroplast because it's a site of photosynthesis in plants or food making process in plants. Okay, there you go. That's finished. Next one, next question. Okay, this one, it talks about like the probability. And probability is really basic probability. Just basic probability. This is not for major shift. Okay. In a bag, there are like 7. Okay, I'll just erase this one first. In a bag, there are like 7 red balls, and then 3 blue, and then 5 green. Okay. So, Andrew drew a ball. What is the probability that he gets 1, a red ball? So how many balls do we have here? So we have the total of 15. So a red ball, if he gets number 1, red ball, so we have red is 7. So we have 7 over 15. So the answer there is letter C. Okay? Next one. Red ball. Just red ball. That's the probability. Next one. Oh, sometimes the question talks, what's this? Changes this into decimal, so be careful with that. Okay, sometimes it's in decimal, sometimes it's in fraction form. Next one. A blue ball. Okay, so a blue ball, so we have blue is 3, so we have 3 over 15, or divided by 3. This is like simplifying. Divided by 3, so we have 1 over 5. The answer there is letter C. Okay, next one. Letter C, number 3, green ball. Of course, green ball, we have 5 over 15. 5 over 15 by 5, so we have 1 over 3. So 1/3. That's the probability of getting green ball. So that's letter C again. Next, number 4. What is the probability that it is not green? Or, yeah, not green. Not green, so we have 7 plus 3, which is blue and red. So that's like 10 over 15, right? The total is 7 plus 3. 10 over 15 by 5, so we have 2 over 3. So the probability is 2/3, and that's letter B. Number 5, not blue. Not blue, not this one, so we have green and red. So 7 plus 5, so that is 12 over 15. 7 plus 5 is 12, and then over 15, which is the total, by 3, so we have 4 over 5. So 4/5. And that is letter C again. Next, number 6, we have not red. Not red. Not red, so we have 5 plus 3, so we have 8 over 15. We cannot simplify this anymore because this is simplified form. So that's letter D. Okay, there you go. Very easy, right? Next one. Next question. You can just go over the questions in on my page because I posted these questions. Because a lot of like reviewers or reviewees are asking me for the correct answers or rationalization, so that's why I rationalize this. I'll be posting more questions starting tomorrow, and then rationalize that every Sunday. Okay, my rationalization of the questions I posted will be every Sundays. Okay. Next question is, if x plus y is equal to 5 and x minus 3 is equal x minus y is equal to 3, what is the value of x squared minus y squared? Okay, so x plus y is equal to 5, and x minus y is equal to 3. Okay, so what is the value of x squared minus y squared? Okay, so as you can see this one, if you are going to factor this, okay, remember this one, difference of two squares. Two squares and then difference, the factors will always be x plus y and then x minus y. Okay, this one. So this is the factored form. And since this one, x plus y is 5, and then x minus y is 3, so the answer there, multiply them, so we have 15. Okay, there you go. That's how you're gonna do it. So the answer there is letter B. Okay, factor this one. Another one, like shall I say 4 y squared minus 16. How are you going to factor that? We can have 4 common, and then y squared minus 4, right? Because 4y squared divided by 4, that's y squared, and then 16 divided by 4, that's 4. So that's why in there. So 4 times this one, y squared minus 2 squared, because 4 is 2 squared. So in this case, we have y minus plus 2, and then y minus 2. That's how you're going to do it. There is 4 there. What if y squared, 4y squared minus 25? So we have there, in this case, we have 2 squared, y squared, minus 5 squared, right? And then this one is 2y, common exponent, put it out, 2 squared minus 5 squared. So we have there in this form already, so we have there 2y plus 5 times 2y minus 5. That's how you're going to do it. Okay? There we go. Next one. Eraser po t-shirt. Gamit na gamit mula sa Janet. Rationalization. Anyway, so next one, if xy plus 7y is equal to 84, and x plus 7 is equal to 3, y is equal to what? Okay? So in this case, factor this. So the factor common is y. Put that y out, so y times the remaining xy divided by y, that is x, and then 7y divided by y, that is plus 7, is equal to 84. And remember that x plus 7 is equal to 3, so y times 3. This is equal to 3, so it's equal to 84. Divided by 3, divided by 3. Cancel this, y is equal to 84 divided by 3. So we have how much? 28, right? Am I correct? Correct. There you go. 28. And that is letter E. Next one. Okay. Next one. How many of the first 200 positive integers are multiples of neither 6 and 15? Not 6, not multiples of not 6 and not 16, or neither 6 and 16. So we have to get the factors of 6. So multiples of 6, so we have there 6, 12 in the first 200 positive integers. So that is like 1 to 200, okay? So 6 and what more? 18, more? 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60, 66, 72, 78, 84, 90, and then 96. I'm going to do like this so you would see which one, how are we going to arrive at the answer. But the other majors, the math majors can actually do the easier way. Just getting the number of, like here from 30, we have already how many? 5. So until 180, we have how many 30s? You have 6. 6 times of 30. Like that. And then plus, anyway, 96, 102, 108, and 114, 120, 126, 132, 138, 138 plus 6, 144, 150, 156, 162, 168, 174, 170, 180, and 186, 192, 198. Okay, so this is the factors of 6, multiples of 6 in the until 200. How about 15? So we have there 15, 30, 30, 15, 30, 45, 60, 65, no, 75, 90, 105, and 120, 135, 150, 165, 180, 195. So how many factors do we have? What's this? How many factors in 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, that is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we have here 33. Okay? 33. How about 15? So 15, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we have 13 for 15. Okay, so these are multiples of 13 and 15. But the thing is, how many common do we have? How many common do we have? 30 and 30. And what more? 60 and 60. And 90, 90. And 120, 120. And 150, 150. And 180, and 180. So we have how many commons there? We have 6 common. So we're going to minus this one with 6, so that is like 27. 27 na lang kasi may common na ito as 6. So that's 33 minus 6, that's 27. And then minus 6 also, we have 7. Okay? So 27 plus 7. Okay? Add mo yan. Plus 6 pa din kasi ito yung common. Okay? So 27 plus 7, that is 34 plus 6, that is equal to 40. So there are 40 multiples of 6 and 15. Now, the question is like neither 6 and 15. So that means in 1 to 200, there are like 200 numbers, right? Minus 40, which are the multiples of 15 and 6. So that means this one is 160. 160 numbers which are not multiples of which are not multiples of 6 and 15 in the first 200 positive integers. Okay? So I did it this way because for everybody to see how it is being done. But the mathematics major can just imagine it and then do the mathematics there. Okay? I know that. Okay, there you go. What's next number? It's profile picture. What more? Do we have more? Okay. Next one. This is really like, there was really a controversy when I posted this question in one of the review groups, because I also post questions in review groups. The producer and director, the producer and director of this movie blank the best. Okay, so the choices are is for A, B we have R, C, D, E. Where, and then has, and then always. Okay. Teachers, the subject here is the producer and director. Now, always remember that in compound subjects, after and, if there is no article, okay? If there is no article, that means it refers to one person. Okay, so in this case, the producer and director refers to one person only. Okay? So you would say, answer here is. Okay? But if there is, so let's say, I'm gonna put the here. Okay? The producer and the director are the best. Are. That would be letter B. If there is an article here. Okay? Did you get it? That's the rule in compound subjects. Joined by and. Okay? Joined by and. Remember that. If a compound subject joined by or, that's another thing. Okay? There you go. Okay, so that's the rule there. Next one. Oh, sorry. Okay. Bread and butter, blank my favorite. Okay? Okay, so there we go. Choices. A is R. Oh, same pala. Sana hindi ko na binula. Okay. Others would say bread and butter is plural. Actually, like with food, I see. Actually, I also say this in the book, grammar book. Back in third year high school, when I joined the Ugnayan ng Pahinungod of the University of the Philippines, Diliman, they have this actually grammar book, subject verb agreement, which I learned a lot because it's really discussed comprehensively and very specific and stuff like that. So I know this one, that if you are referring to food na nag-prepare, actually this one is different when it comes to, I mean, in other countries, because others don't eat bread and butter, something like that. Anyway, but in here, it is true that bread and butter, but here, in English grammar, we have this what called pair words, okay? And the pair words, wait, pair words, this is included, bread and butter. And it must always take singular verb. The pair words, I'm gonna give you the pair words here. Wait, laptop's hanging. Okay, so we have here the pair words: bread and butter, rice and curry, hammer and sickle, slow and steady, truth and honesty, horse and courage, crown and glory, rise and fall, coming and going, screaming and shouting, age and experience, eggs and bacon, ham and eggs, long and short, some and substances, bag and baggage, and a lot more. Okay, so we have this pair words which always states singular verb. Okay, there you go. And so this one, the answer is. Okay, so next question. Let's proceed to the next question. If there are more questions. Oh, what are the building blocks of carbohydrates? Carbohydrates, of course, we have, what's this? Monosaccharide as monomers. Monosaccharides, disaccharides, and what's this? Polysaccharides. Okay? So when you say building blocks, they're the basic or the simple form or the monomers of carbohydrates, and those are monosaccharides. The answers here, the choices are sugars, monomers, monosaccharides, polymers, and amino acids. Amino acids is the building block of proteins. Polymers, of course, this is like composed of monomers that are built up. Okay, like carbohydrates, like polymers, like starch. Glycogen for animals, starch for plants, cellulose, and chitin, which are like the basic. The component of the exoskeleton of the arthropods. Monosaccharides, of course, the answer here is letter C. And monomers, of course, there are a lot of monomers. We cannot say that monomers is the building blocks of carbohydrates because there are a lot of monomers. Monomer for, nucleic acid is nucleotide. Monomer for protein is are amino acids. And monomers for carbohydrates are monosaccharides. Okay? There you go. Next one. The president, okay, this one also steers controversy in the review group. Actually, nabully ako neto. Okay. Nabully ako nito sa question dahil sa question na to. She told me, bakit actually the answer here is yes. I'm gonna explain it later. And then she told me, bakit is? Sino bang professor mo? Sino bang teacher mo sa English?